Hi YouTube family. So today I'm gonna make smothered pork chops with mushrooms. So I wanted to show you how to do that. So let's get started. So guys, I just got done washing my pork chops, drying them. So make sure you wash these really good. I washed my mushrooms because you will be needing mushrooms, and these are baby Bella mushrooms, but you will have, these were whole, so I did have to cut these, but you can get ones that you do not have to cut. And I cut one whole onion. And now I'm gonna season my pork chops, and this is the flour that I will need for my pork chops. So this here, I will season the same way I season my pork chops. I will be seasoning my flour. So first I'm gonna use some smoked paprika. You can season your food any way you like. It does not have to be my way. Just some salt. Some Creole seasoning. You can put as much and as little to your tasting, to your liking. Pepper, just some regular pepper. Some parsley. And you do want to season your flour the same, only because you want it to taste really good. Adobo. And as you see, I'm putting in both my flour and my pork chops. And garlic powder. A pack of sazon, and this would only go into my pork chops. I won't put this into my flour, but you can. I mean, it's your dish, do what you want. Now I will mix that up. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me get a glove. First, I'm gonna mix my flour. Make sure it's all mixed very well. I like to make sure it's on all my pork chop, all my seasoning. Just like that. And my flour. Now guys, I'm gonna get my oil started and get these in some flour and start frying them, and I'll be back to show you what that looks like. So now guys, I'm gonna start frying the pork chops. So I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. to my pan to get it heated. Not that much, not too much, because I'm gonna fry these pork chops and I will be taking them out. So now I'm gonna put these pork chops inside the flour. We're gonna fry these up. So let me show you. I'm gonna put this. Make sure you cover these pork chops really, really well with the flour. Let me turn this down because it's getting hot. I put this on 6 because I do have an electric stove. So if you want, you can put this on 6. Just so it ain't too hot. So you're going to fry your pork chops first. So you're gonna fry all your pork chops, and you're gonna want to save some of this flour, because I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it when I'm done with seasoning the flour and my pork chops with it. I'm sorry guys, my kids are in here and it's a lot that goes on in my house as I cook. So bear with me. So, I want to turn this up a little. I know I said 6, but turn it up to about 8 until it gets like hot, and then you can lower it as it gets hot. So I'm gonna wait until that fries on both sides, and I'm gonna go ahead and season the rest of these pork chops, and I'll be back and show you what everything looks like. So this is what it's looking like. I'm about to flip them. You just want to cook them like this, maybe about 3 minutes on each side. You don't have to cook them all the way through, and you're gonna see why. So yeah, I got the rest of my pork chops seasoned, as you see. And I did save some of that flour that I seasoned them with. Remember I told you about this, because you're going to use this to make gravy with. And you're also going to need chicken stock. So make sure you get 2 cups of chicken stock for your gravy. This is just how I make it. You can make it if you want with water, but I like to use chicken stock. So I'm going to finish frying up these pork chops. And then I'm going to show you what the next step will do, what the next step will be once I'm done frying all these pork chops up. I'll be back. Okay guys, so now I'm back. As you see, I took all the oil out of my pan, and now I'm gonna start getting started on how to make my gravy for my pork chops. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna add bacon, because we're gonna cook the onions and the mushrooms in with the bacon grease. So now I'm gonna add my bacon. You can add as little or as much as you want of your bacon. I'm gonna add all this bacon because I want a lot of bacon grease. So this is the pork chops. These are all fried. So let's get this bacon done and I'll show you what to do next. So this is how the bacon is looking. And I will set this aside because I am making string beans with this dish and mashed potatoes, and I will be cutting this bacon up and putting it into my string beans. So even though I'm using it for the oil, the grease to come out the bacon so I can make my gravy with it, I'm gonna also chop it up and put it in my string beans. Yeah. So that's another tip. You can, instead of wasting the bacon, you can make string beans and add it into your string beans. So the bacon's almost cooked. So I'm going to take this out, and then we're going to start on our roux. I'll be back to show you. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my flour. About like that. And you're going to want to keep stirring this. And you're going to want to cook this on low. Just like that. You don't want it to clump up, so that's why you want to keep using your whisk. You could use a fork. I mean, you know, back in the day people used forks. I mean, now you can use whisks and got whisk. So yeah, I'm going to whisk this all up so there's no clumps. Take that piece, still a piece of bacon in it. Hold on guys, get that out. But yes, keep stirring. Now I'm going to add my chicken broth, a little bit at a time, not much. Then you want to keep stirring. Just keep stirring and keep it on low. So this is gonna start thickening up. So before that happens and it's like that, I'm gonna add my onions. And then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. Let me get this onion all chopped up like so. And my mushrooms. And you add them slowly, your mushrooms, see how much mushrooms you want. I want a lot because I like mushrooms. Wash my hands. Okay. Turn it up maybe just a little because I still want it to, you know, cook, but just like that. I'm going to add more of my chicken broth. And keep stirring your gravy. And I will add this whole can. But but I want this to cook. So I'm gonna put a lid on this. First, I forgot, I'm gonna add butter. Just like a tablespoon or two of butter. Just for some flavor. And remember, I did use the same seasoning that I put on my pork chops. I did use that in my flour, and that is the same flour that's in this pan. So we don't really need seasoning. You can always taste your gravy as you go. So yeah, just taste as you go and see if you want to put more seasoning. So now I'm going to put a lid on this, and I'm going to let this cook, and I'm going to be back to show you what it looks like and what's the next step. So guys, this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to add my pork chops back in. I'm going to add all these in there. You can make them fit, trust me. You want them all in there, like that. We're just gonna let this cook on medium to low with the lid on. Like so. So now I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to continue to let this cook. I'm going to do like this and so. Now submerge them as much as you can. So now I'm going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to come back when this is all done. I'm going to let this cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes until my pork chops are done inside and the sauce is thickened. So I'll be back to show you what that looks like. But real quick, I just wanted to show you something. So I am making string beans with this. So these are seasoned string beans from a can. This is what I'm making tonight, canned beans, but just real easy. I wanted to show you something. So I will add this, a half a pack of this in here, in the seasoned beans, like so. Of my boiled, like chicken. And then remember that bacon I had leftover bacon? Well, I had crumbled some of it and cut it up. Remember I told you about it? And I will put some in here, like that. I will also add a little bit of butter, and that's it. I will cook this and get this done, and that's it, as you see. So this will cook together, and this will be my side, and look how easy that was. So I'll show you when my pork chops are done what they look like. I'll be back to show you. So guys, I wanted to come back to show you what they're looking like. And this is what it's looking like. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. See how thick the gravy is? And what you're gonna do is keep rotating the pork chops from the bottom and bring them to the top, just to get the, you know, everything covered and cooked properly. And you're just gonna continue doing this for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to do these for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to show you when it's all plated, what it looks like. But yes, this is what it looks like so far. So guys, this is what it looks like. It's done. I cooked this for an additional 15 minutes. Can you see that? I wanted to show you the gravy. Look at that. Homemade gravy. And this was actually really quick. So yes, I'm going to plate this, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So So guys, I wanted to come back to show you what it looks like. These are my pork chops, my mashed potatoes with gravy and mushrooms. I also put it on that, and my string beans. So if you want to see more videos like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. From my table to yours. Bye.